Alright, good morning, afternoon. You'll have to excuse me. I'm going to do two things at once here. I've got to make these brownies with the zucchini in them, and so I'm going to sit here and grate these things up while I'm talking to you. But if you want the recipe for those brownies, they're on one of my previous entries, and they really are delicious. So, the reason I actually wanted to come on YouTube today was because I've been talking to a lot of different people online about children that have night terrors and are sensitive to, I don't know, sensitive to something. It could be electromagnetic fields, because that can cause you to feel uneasy and anxious and so forth. So, to make a long story short, one of the coolest things that I've discovered, and I wish I'd had it a lot sooner, is this E.L.F detector that is very, very inexpensive, and because it's so easy to read, it's very reassuring for a young person that's trying to sleep in their own room and in their own bed all by themselves and really feel like they're being bothered by, all of these really abstract images and thoughts and scariness. So I'm going to show you what it looks like real fast. Well, there's a glare on it, you can't see. That's really strange. Anyhow, it's called the E.L.F zone, and it has these three little these three little LED lights, which you can't see. There they are. Danger, caution, and safe. And that's the E.L.F zone. Very, very inexpensive. And beginning paranormal researchers would use these to try and detect electromagnetic fields. Now, the way they work is they detect milligauss. It's a low level of energy that comes off of electrical appliances. And the theory behind most paranormal investigators is that we're made of energy. It's energy that communicates throughout our body and, causes our nerve impulses to do whatever they do. And it's how our brains work. And so when we die, what leaves our body is that energy. And that is probably what spirits or ghosts would be made out of. So the electromagnetic field reader is twofold. Firstly, if you are exposed to electromagnetic fields, just not natural ones, none of them are really natural, but ones that you would find coming from a socket, a plug, or maybe your cell phone charger, or a TV in your bedroom. If you're exposed to electromagnetic fields for long enough, and if you're sensitive to them already, that can seriously cause you to have all kinds of problems that really manifest like a paranoia. So you can check out a child's room or even your own room if you have trouble feeling anxious at night and have panic attacks and stuff. And you can just go around your entire room with your little detector, and you can look and see where there's higher levels of electromagnetic fields and just avoid them. Don't put your head of your bed right by a source of electromagnetic energy, because that's going to screw you up and it's going to make you feel that way. So, going along with the paranormal researchers' view of electromagnetic fields that come from the human body, we can't really detect them when we're living in our bodies, so I'm not even sure if that works that way, but the theory is that, if you're a ghost, you give off that energy. When you're out of your body, it's stronger, and it's readable and detectable by these little devices. So, because this one is so simple and literally says, safe, danger, and caution, I don't know why it's glaring so badly. It is very reassuring, anyhow, for a child to have one of these under their pillow, because you literally turn it on, and it will go through a cycle, making sure all the buttons work, and it will tell you, safe, you're safe. So if you wake up in the middle of the night, and you feel anxious, or your child feels anxious, they're terrified, they feel like they're being watched, that there's a ghost in the room, whatever strange thing and imagery goes along with that feeling of dread, this is a very useful tool because it's just reassuring to see the word safe. If the child was to see the word caution, you'd want them to get out of bed and come see you anyway, because whether or not it's a ghost, an electromagnetic field is not good for your body, and you can't be resting in that. It's just really unhealthy for you. So I think it's a good way of kind of mitigating those nighttime issues that you're going to have with kids getting up and calling for mom and saying, I'm scared. It's a way that they can kind of self-regulate that fear a little and see for themselves in a very concrete, physical way that they are safe. I don't know what you would do if you got a danger reading in the middle of the night. That would be kind of scary, but it would need to be addressed, because that would mean that your child's really having some kind of a paranormal visit that probably needs to be dealt with. So it's highly unlikely that that's going to happen. More often than not, your kid's going to wake up in the night, turn on their little field, and if it says safe, they may be able to talk themselves back into feeling safe and go back to sleep without having a hugely disrupted night's sleep. So that's just a little tip that I wanted to put out there. It took me, 6 minutes to tell you this, but it's actually very helpful. And if you're having problems with children that are getting up in the night with these fears and so forth, it could help you. It's definitely worth the £15 I paid for this. If I was in Florida, it would probably be about $12, which is really not very much. Paranormal researchers tend to say this isn't a very good model because it's so basic that it doesn't tell you exactly how many milligauss or, but really you're not looking for, ambiguous readings when you're trying to reassure a kid in the middle of the night. You want them to know they're safe. And so this, for me, it's worth the money. It's well worth the investment. So I hope that helps somebody out there, because it's really helped me. And, hit me up if you've got any questions or any other suggestions, because I still deal with my child having nighttime panic attacks and night terrors. And it's gone down considerably, and I think she's really learned how to deal with it a little bit better. But if you have any good ideas for helping to mitigate those kinds of incidents in the middle of the night, go ahead and leave a message, because I'd love to hear your suggestions. So, peace, have fun. I'm off to make brownies. Have a great time.